Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Richard. I'm a part-time reseller. I go to thrift stores, garage sales. I take those undervalued items that I find and I sell them on eBay for a profit. Today is going to be a what sold video. I'm going to go through each of the items, letting you know where I sourced the item from, what I paid for the item, and also too what the item sold for. So let's jump into the eBay store and see what's sold. Today we've got 7 orders going out, so let's get started. First thing we have going out is a set of 4 Starbucks. They date back to 2013 coffee mugs. They are brown and engraved with leaves. They are on shelf 12. So let's go over here. And should be these 4 down here. So pick these up at a local thrift store here in town. I'm into them for $1 each. These sold for $38.21, and the buyer is paying $25 in shipping. Next item we have going out is a Shrek plush stuffed doll toy from Macy's. It dates back to 2007, and in the title I put 17-inch DreamWorks Ogre Large, and that is in bin T, so that's going to be back over here. Should be down here. Yes. Okay. I already put this one in a bag, keep it from getting all dusty. Pick this up at a local thrift store for $2. This sold for $13.35, and the buyer is paying $8.30 in shipping. Moving on to the next thing, this is going to be in P3. It's a pair of New Balance. They're the 510 version 3 mid-trail running men's shoes. They are size 11 and they are 4E wide, and they're in P3. That should be right down here. Let's move these bins out of the way. Should be these ones right here. Yep, there they are, 510 version 3s. Pick these up at a local thrift store. I'm into them for $3. These sold for $36.51, and the buyer is paying $13.60 in shipping. Okay, moving on to the next item. Sold a set of 4 of Better Home and Gardens Tuscan retired soup bowls, and they're on shelf 11, which should be back here. And I believe they're right down here. Yes, these ones right back here. Picked up the entire set for $3. Was complete. Had the cups, the bowls, the plates, and the salad plates. These sold for $28.86, and the buyer is paying $13.65 in shipping. Okay, 3 more items to pull. Next one, this is an odd one. The official bullshit button from Germany. Now I did put batteries included, put brand new, so we'll have to make sure we test this before we ship it. Okay, bin Z2, that should be right here in front of me. Ah, here it is right here. But not good. So let's see if it works.
Bullshit level, DEFCON 5.
Okay, so it works. Picked this up at a local thrift store here in town for 50 cents. This sold for $9.75, and the buyer is paying $5.90 in shipping.
Oh, come on now. That ain't even bullshit. That's horseshit.
Okay, 2 more items to pull. Next one is an Auric shampoo brush black nylon, put 13-inch. Did have the number. It was 237049. This is in bin S. Picked up an entire box of vacuum cleaner stuff. Most of it was Auric. And so I just listed them all individually. And we want bin S right here. This right here. This sold for $13.31, and the buyer is paying $13.60 in shipping. Okay, last thing we have going out today, just listed this maybe a couple days ago. It's Wings of Fire series book set 1 through 5. This is in bin V, and that's going to be right here, and I believe it's in the back of it. Let's see if we can reach it. So this right here, picked this up at obviously at a local thrift store. I'm into this for $6. This sold for $19.54, and the buyer is paying $5.61 in shipping. Today we got 5 orders going out, so let's get to work. First thing we have going out is a Mattel 6-inch Jurassic Park World Hatching Tyrannosaurus Rex. This is in F3. Picked this up at a garage sale. I picked up 3 items, and I paid $1 for the 3 items. F3. It's right over here. Oh, right down here. So this is just a small little plush. So for all 3 items, I paid $1. So into this for 33 cents. This sold for $11.53, and the buyer is paying $5.40 in shipping. Next item is on shelf 03. That's going to be back here. Sold a set of 2 vintage Cannonberg 70s U.S. pottery brown drip glaze. And that's going to be back over here. And so let's pull this down. Okay, it's going to be these 2 dinner plates right here. Picked up the entire set for $20 at one of the local thrift stores here in town. We had, I believe it was 10 dinner plates. So we've already sold 2 sets of 4s, and we sold most of the coffee cups, it looks like, and looks like we still have 9 of the dinner bowls. 9 of the bowls. These sold for $15.90, and the buyer is paying $12.05 in shipping. Next thing going out, probably listed this maybe 3 weeks ago. This is a Peterbilt of Joplin, as in Joplin, Missouri, hat, basic black trucker hat, owner's edition, and I did put hook and loop. This is in S2, which is where we keep all of our hats. Should be this one right here. Picked this up at a local thrift store here in town for $1. And as you can see, it says Peterbilt of Joplin in the back of it. This sold for $19.97, And the buyer is paying $5.90 in shipping, but the buyer is paying a lot more than that because this is going through the eBay International Shipping Program. Next item is in bin M3. This is a pretty good item. Picked this up at a thrift store haul probably a couple weeks ago. This is a Motorola T600 two-way radios, talk about neon green walkie-talkies, and it's an M3. It's these two right here. I did test them and they work. I'm into this for $4. These two sold for $60.86, and the buyer is paying $8.70 in shipping. And the last item we have going out is a set of two speakers. These are KLH TW-09B tweetable satellite speakers, pair, 100 watts, 8 ohms, shelf 10. Let it go way over here. Oh, right up here. It's 1 and 2. Kind of hard to hold both of these. Into these for $1 each at my local thrift store. So I decided to lot the two together. These two sold for $25.19, and the buyer is paying $13.65 in shipping. Well, it was a nice day, so I figured I'd come outside and go ahead and close the video out here. One thing I wanted to mention is if you haven't watched the previous video, I'll throw a link up to it somewhere here. Go watch that because I'm doing a giveaway. Also, too, I wanted to mention I do have a new channel. It's called Ford Pinto Picker. That channel has all the content. I'm starting to put the content up there from garage sales, thrift store hauls, showing you exactly what I paid for items. So I do have an upcoming video. It was when I was down in Florida at the Trash to Cash Winter Bash. So check that one out. One of the items I picked up was a really good item. It's a big bolo item you'll want to watch out for. And when I was there, all the other resellers, and I was there with a bunch of veteran resellers, and they all walked past this item. So it's definitely an item you're going to want to look out for. So in closing the video, keep picking. These two sold for shit. So let's jump in and see what's. These sold for $15.90, and the buyer is paying $12.05 in shipping. So let's jump in and see what's. These two sold for shit. These two sold for $60.83. These two sold for $60.86. And I was there with a bunch of veteran